Welcome to Gaming Pop, episode 7. We got so much planned for today. We're hyped. We're ready for you. Gaming Pop, episode 7. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Our question for you, if you do decide to comment, is what is your favorite Bethesda game? And that will lead us right into our first-ish topic, which was what, Charles?
No, bro. Don't come to me. Don't come to me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay,
He's coming to me because he knows I don't play a lot of Bethesda games.
No,
You're the Bethesda head.
You are right.
You hit me, baby.
I am the official Bethesda game.
What is your favorite Bethesda game? Because you have a lot of experience in their realm.
I do have a very big ton. I've actually played. I think I've probably played like all of their games at least once.
Yeah,
they have.
Hit me with it.
My personal favorite, I will say this, you can ask me point blank. Mm-hmm. This one is Fallout New Vegas. Y'all have heard me talk about that one before. New Vegas is my absolute favorite. See, look, I have played a lot of those.
Yeah, bro.
The only one I haven't played is Morrowind and Rage 2. Well, I've played the trial for Prey.
Well, the thing is, Morrowind came out on the OG Xbox too. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that you weren't on that, but it's like, yeah, Morrowind, that's an old game, bro.
The first game that I did play from Bethesda was Oblivion.
Really? Oh,
Oblivion was the first one that I played. Me and my friend Kevin and my brother Jalen, for some reason they would it was a single player game, but we'd all just sit there and watch each other play. It was a pretty good game. Those are so fun. It was like four of us just watching each other play.
Oblivion. Is Oblivion kind of like Skyrim?
It's like Skyrim, lower pixels, but at the same time, it's just got so much more than Skyrim.
Yeah,
Skyrim's got like
Skyrim's
got like the endless quest thing.
Yeah,
and like you can find collectibles, but Oblivion's got like the scare factor. You literally play that by yourself at night, and you're like, I'm not trying to go in this damn cave right now.
Ooh,
you're just like, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go find something else to do. Where Oblivion is like, or Skyrim, I'm gonna get up in there real quick. Do this cave, fight all these monsters off. It's not scary at all.
Really?
Yeah, and it'll get confused with the movie Oblivion, starring your boy Mark Wahlberg. It's not Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I wanted to see
Tom Cruise.
I wanted to see when this game came out. Which one came out first, Skyrim or Oblivion?
Oblivion, 2006, right there.
But you think Oblivion's better?
I think Oblivion is a billion times better, and I've said I think it would be crazy if the two games switched like graphics and time. Had Skyrim come out,
what the hell?
Had Skyrim come out and had Oblivion graphics, I would be in love with it. And had Oblivion come out and had Skyrim graphics, I would still be in love with it. You've never played, so have you played either of them?
No.
Okay.
But wait, you think Skyrim didn't look as good as Oblivion?
Oblivion, yes. Skyrim looks good because it's new, it's got all the forests and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But Oblivion has like, it's more mystical and magical looking.
I hear you.
Where Skyrim is more like rooted in reality. Yeah. Oblivion is more like whimsical, like let's have a good time.
Kind of like Fable-y?
Kind of Fable-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two came out about the same time.
Cartoony. Not cartoony, but
yeah, like cartoony. There's an add-on. There's an add-on called the Shivering Isles, where you go to this even more mystical land, and there's like two cities that are like complete opposites.
Yeah.
It's like a nicer city, but everyone's like a douchebag, and then you go to like the crumbly city, and everybody's so nice and has something to say. It's such a good game, dude. Oblivion is if you're your first Bethesda experience, I personally think should be Oblivion. Then you should play Fallout New Vegas, and that's about it. Those are the only ones I really like. Skyrim is cool, but I feel like Skyrim just became that crave that just like, you could literally talk to anybody and they'll at least know what Skyrim is. But they will have no clue what Oblivion is.
Well, that's like...
Have you played Skyrim at least?
No.
You've never played it?
No.
Really? What do you know about Skyrim?
I know a lot of people have played it, and I know that it's on TVs in your refrigerator. Yeah. So I know Skyrim is literally playable on basically everything.
Yes.
And I have not played it.
Did you know there's an Alexa version?
No.
There's literally an Alexa version.
Amazon type thing?
Mm-hmm. Like the little circle, the echo. You'll literally be like, all right, Alexa, resume Skyrim. And it'll just like... It's almost like a role-playing game at that point. It's like, you're walking through the forest as a level 10 mage, and you approach a cave. Do you go into the cave? Yeah, Alexa, I'll go into the cave. And then it's like, in the cave, you see two vampires and a dwarf talking or whatever. How do you approach them?
What?
It looks pretty cool, but it's literally like Dungeons and Dragons. I think you're just making up some stuff and having fun. I think it would be cool. I've never played it, but
what?
I've never played
the Alexa version.
I've never played that.
Okay.
But they have it on everything.
Yeah.
They have it on Switch. They have
everything.
it, like you said, on probably people's
fridge.
fridge.
You can play it in fridges, bro. On the screen, and the new high-tech fridges, you can play it on the fridges.
That's funny, dude.
I was talking to some friends. Mm-hmm. So with this whole thing going on, with Bethesda.
That's the point we're trying to get at, too, is Bethesda and Microsoft have become one big team now.
Yeah. So Microsoft acquired Bethesda. Mm-hmm. They spent $7.5 billion on buying Bethesda.
That's a lot of billions.
$7.5 billion, bro, buying this company.
Do you know who the heart
and
is?
all their games.
Do you know who the heart is of Oblivion or Bethesda?
I know two names. Todd Howard and not Phil Spencer.
Yeah, that's Xbox, but
it's not Phil Spencer. That's like,
I don't know the other dude.
Something. He's been the face of it. He's like the marketing guy. He's a marketing.
Yeah,
but Todd Howard is like the producer.
Yeah.
So he's like the, I can't even think of this dude's name. The dude who's the Naughty Dog director.
Neil Druckmann.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Todd Howard is the Neil Druckmann of Bethesda.
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Todd Howard is when he announced Fallout 76, he kept saying, it's going to run perfect, it's going to run flawless. And that's why everyone hates him.
This is going to be the first Fallout online game.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love it. You could build your settlements. You guys could invade your settlements. You guys can do all of it.
And then cut to homies playing it,
it's
glitchy.
Glitches, you jumping all in the roof, everywhere. You make a settlement and it gets erased.
Me and Ricky.
What a disaster, bro.
Me and Ricky tried to play that together.
What a disaster.
We played for about 5 minutes and then said, all right, let's go back to Red Dead. Literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, that game is a disaster.
It's bad.
I heard it's much better now. But at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people. The most hype that you get when it comes to a game release is in the first 2 weeks.
Yep.
So it's like if you release a buggy ass game, it's gonna be like that's kind of what that's. It's like
Cyberpunk?
Not Cyberpunk. I mean, it is like Cyberpunk, but I'm trying to get to compared to something that's just like first impressions. Where first impressions are everything, right?
Yep.
It's like you meet somebody for the first time, and let's say you show up bummy as shit, and you could be the most fancy, classy person ever, but if you're walking in with some sweats and a t-shirt and blah, 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 and a lot of us hearing this and listening to this, they're like, bro, that sounds comfy as shit. Yeah. Like, why would I not want to be in a sweatshirt and t-shirt? You know? Like, what the hell? But if it's a first impression, somebody's looking at you like, dude, why are you in a grocery store right now with sweats and a t-shirt on?
It's like, bro,
it is a Saturday at 2 p.m. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it's like first impressions are everything. And it's just like
holding milk and Oreos.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's like, bro, what are your plans tonight? You know, like
it's so funny.
And it's the same thing with video games. It's like, bro, your first impressions are your launch.
Yep.
And it's like if you don't hit on all cylinders when you launch, then bro, you are gonna like hurt some of that base. It's the same thing with Fallout 76. And it's the same thing with GTA Online.
Yeah.
It's a thing to where for me personally, I know GTA Online is huge. It's mega huge. But for somebody like me who bought that game on day one, this game came out when I was still in high school. I skipped school for it. So I didn't go into school for it. I bought it. I played it. I was loving it. And then GTA Online was coming out like a week after the game actually came out.
And so GTA Online at first was dope. I liked GTA Online at first.
Well, the thing is like GTA Online when it first came out, it was buggy as shit. It was buggy as shit. When it first came out, it was buggy as shit.
Yeah.
That's when and they're like, GTA Online, tomorrow, 10 a.m. type thing. You know, they're launching it. When GTA came out, it was only story mode for the first week. And then they introduced online. So the first week, everybody's playing story mode. Everybody had a blast with it. I loved it. Incredible fucking game. And then it's like, all right, online is going to come on this date. So
I remember.
Everybody is waiting for the online. Online comes out. Buggy as shit. You literally couldn't even create your character.
You know, you say that.
Literally couldn't create your character.
Maybe I didn't do it at the exact same time as the beginning of it, but I remember when I first started GTA Online, it was very buttery smooth. I remember I even started a female character. For some reason, I like playing as girls sometimes, just to be funny, you know.
Shaniqua?
And no, it was a white girl. It was a white girl with red hair. I don't know why.
Okay, Sydney.
I don't think she had a name, but yeah.
Okay,
we'll call her,
Savannah.
We'll call her Sydney for now.
Anyway,
Hannah.
I said, I'm like Shaniqua, and he's like, no, it's a white girl. Like, okay, who was it? Savannah, bro?
It doesn't matter what her name was. It was a fictional character that I made up, and then I changed it like a week later. But I remember when I first started that, game, it was so cool because you like, I'm the dude coming out of prison. Let me pick my character. Yeah. You could even, if you had pre-ordered it or whatever, you could make your dude based off of the Red Dead guy, John Marston.
Oh no
yeah,
way!
You remember that?
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
I think it was either if you pre-ordered or you did something special.
That's
but
sick,
yeah,
though.
you could make John Marston your dad. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Or
that's
like your grandparents or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, the start of it was cool, especially because it's like pick your car, and so I went all around trying to find the nicest car.
The best
But
one.
yeah, GTA Online for me was smooth. I don't know what you're talking about with the buggy thing.
Nah, bruh. You clearly did not play that shit when it first launched.
Well, I've played it since like yesterday, and it's garbage now. I don't like playing it now. The only reason I hop on now is because one day I was playing and they have the casino now. So I was playing.
Yeah, that casino, yeah.
It's pretty cool because I was playing and I spun the wheel and I got the Deluxo, which is a spin on the DeLorean from Back to the Future. So it flies.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is cool. I got a flying car now. So I've been playing, just trying to build up the car. It shoots rockets and stuff.
That's lit.
And,
that's lit, actually.
It's pretty cool.
You won
I got
that
it for
car
free
from gambling in the casino?
Yeah, they have literally
Online?
just a wheel that you spin. You can get one spin a day.
Bruh, GTA
but ever
Online
since
crazy.
I got the car, I get nothing from that wheel. Every now and again, I'll get some XP and a couple of casino chips. It's just dumb.
Bruh, because I mean, even when you talk about, people talk about those machines in the casinos, and they're like, oh, these are all rigged. It's like, okay, well, if you think those motherfuckers are rigged.
Yeah, GTA
How
Online
do you think these motherfucking video games are rigged? Of course they can rig these motherfuckers. Like, code, they're like, didn't code in, okay, let's give him this, and then he's got to do 80 more tries before he gets something good.
Zero wins today.
But,
no, and the lamest thing about GTA Online currently is that you hop on there and homies will just blow you up in 5 minutes. But that's enough of GTA Online. Yeah. I kind of wanted to discuss... what is this dude's name? Soulja Boy? He's dropping consoles now?
Well,
because I heard he dropped one before and that was a flop, and now he's trying to drop an Xbox One version.
Yeah, no, I remember him trying to drop his first one, and I think what people were saying, it looked like a Nintendo console.
I think he's dropped a couple.
The first one that he tried to drop, I think it looked like a Nintendo console, like a Nintendo Wii type thing. Mm-hmm. It wasn't motion controls, but I think it kind of looked, or maybe it was like GameCube. I don't fucking know. But, yeah, Soulja Boy trying to drop these consoles. He's just trying to be an entrepreneur. He's just trying to be an entrepreneur. He's trying to, I think it's like something to like keep his name out there and like keep his name in the business and shit, because the shit he's releasing is garbage. Like it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, you have no backing, you have nothing. It is trash. It's half-assed. It's not thought through.
That's Soulja Boy is the one who says Drake. I love that clip. I taught Drake everything he knows.
Yeah.
That shit was
Soulja Boy
funny.
is hilarious.
But yeah, no, he okay, I'm seeing here he released a handheld version. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, all the little consoles that he's dropping, quote unquote, are things you can get off of like those Chinese, Japanese websites.
Yeah.
So he's literally just taking some bootleg stuff already and trying to put his name on top of it and say, hey, these are my consoles. But everyone sees right through them. It's like those little plug-in plays that you get in at Walmart, and it's got all the few games.
Yeah.
But this one has all of the games, but it's just a repeat of like Bubble Popper or whatever. Yeah, that's what homie's trying to drop and act like it's a whole console.
Soulja Boy, I mean, do anything for the clout.
I guess.
Do anything for the clout.
I guess.
I'm not saying Soulja. I'm not saying Soulja's broke. I'm just saying you got to do anything with the clout to kind of keep your name. The way the area that we live in nowadays is like you have to do dumb shit to keep your name alive. And yeah, the shit that he's doing, he's just trying to keep his name alive. And
in the worst possible way, though. It's like, that's what's so interesting is, here, look, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just
that's
bootleg.
ugly.
It's just bootleg copying. That's an Xbox One S.
I'm gonna put a picture right here.
That's an Xbox One S. Yeah, it's an Xbox One S that he just copied, which I get it, but it's still stupid.
It's ugly. I can't believe homie would
nobody's
do that.
gonna buy it. It's kind of just a gimmick.
Complete gimme.
But yeah, Soulja Boy, can you not, bro? Stop it, please.
Let's not do that to people.
Please relax.
No one wants that. We want to be treated like,
Please.
Well, you know what's so funny though is with him dropping that and acting like it's a real console. It's like, why do homies drop these like doo-doo boo-boo consoles and act like it's the newest hottest thing when we're talking about Xbox S, Series X, and PlayStation 5s?
Bruh.
It's like brings me back to the Nintendo thing where it's like Nintendo's supposedly dropping a new Switch Pro, but it only has 780p, and it's like, dude, we're talking about 4K almost on the Xbox, and that's just like
they do have 4K.
They have 4K on the Xbox.
Consoles do have 4K,
and they even have 4K with like Xbox 360 games. You literally put a 360 game in there, and it's buffering up to 4K. So how are we gonna drop a Soulja Boy thing that only has Street Fighter on it? And a bootleg Street Fighter at that.
It's gimmicky. That's all it is. It's gimmicky. It's like he's trying to hit the whatchamacallit. I know there's a name for it. I don't want to say reseller market because I don't think that's the actual name for it. But he's trying to like strike that, like grab it before it's fully gone, and then you can resell it for $500 when it costs you $80 or something like that. I feel like he's trying to get to that point and sell his things as like a commodity, like it's a hot commodity to where you need to have it. But at the end of the day, all this bullshit is you're just trying to keep your name alive. And Soulja Boy, I mean, you could have a conversation about Soulja Boy. You really could. For everything that he did, you definitely could have a conversation about Soulja Boy. Like, I know we talk about this dude, and people, like, he's trying to keep his name alive. He's trying to do this, blah, 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 blah. But who was the first ringtone you bought?
The first ringtone I bought was Super Mario World. I bought it, and my mom like came in my room later that night and goes, "What did you buy on your phone?" It was like the first phone I had.
Yeah.
And I bought Super Mario and like some dumb game. They were like $10. Yeah, exactly. It was literally just that. I got no clue where that thing is now.
Like,
but
Mom, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just saw it and I clicked it and I pressed accept. And I
couldn't help it. I had to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
I like Super Mario. But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, my first ringtone was Crank That Soulja Boy. I'll tell you that much.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Homies were loving that track. Homies were loving that track.
Bruh, he made that song right when I was a young cat. I was probably like 5th, 6th grade.
Can you do the dance?
I mean, I could. I remember doing that dance in middle school dances, bro.
I remember
doing that dance for honeys in middle school, dog.
Dude.
And they were looking at all the homies just. They were like, "Oh my God, he's so sexy."
That was my freshman year.
He's so sexy. I'm like, bro, I'm literally cranking that Soulja Boy. How am I sexy?
Just doing it.
I'm like, ooh. And all the girls just watching you, like, "Oh my God, what? Look at those moves.
He's dancing on them. Dancing on them, boy." That came out when my freshman year of high school, and I remember watching homies like dance battle in the hallways.
Oh hell no!
Do you remember? I think it was Atiba. Do you remember Atiba?
I remember Atiba.
I saw him do the Soulja Boy and then do a backflip. After he did a full backflip, and I don't remember the homie he was dancing against, but everyone liked the other homie more. But I'm like, he just did a flat backflip in front of all of y'all.
You're like, bro, how is he not the winner?
Exactly.
This guy just did a backflip in front of everybody.
And homie just did the dance more accurately.
And then all you see is legs in the air.
Yes.
He's like, you got served stuff. He's like, Nah, bro.
That was by far my favorite moment of that track.
Shouts out to Tiva. Bro.
If you're out there, we love you.
Yeah, Tiva. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna send you this clip.
That's funny stuff.
Tiva, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna send you this clip. Tiva fucks with us.
Does he?
He fucks with us. He hasn't seen this shit, but he fucks with us.
I know he does. I know his whole Aji, Atiba, and Hunter. Those were the homies. Hunter went to church. Hunter used to go to church with me.
Send these to him. What do you mean? They're gonna love this. They're gonna love this. We clipping this.
We're clipping it. But real quickly before we move to that last one, I want us to talk about real quick that Bethesda, because you were telling me that you do like single player games.
Yeah.
So what is your like complete perfect single player game? Because I know that you like BioShock. So are you looking for more BioShocky games or more like RPG element? Or just a good ass story like The Last of Us?
I just honestly just kind of like good ass stories.
Okay.
It's not more so. It doesn't really matter about the RPG element to it. If it's third person, first person, etc. Like, I'm a fan of the Assassin's Creed games. I'm honestly more of a fan of the newer Assassin's Creed game RPGs. Like, I've played Origins, which was there's a triple threat of the new RPG Assassin's Creed. You got Origins, you have Odyssey, and then you have Valhalla. I've played Origins. I've played Origins and Valhalla, and I've spent Origins and Valhalla both. I think Origins I clocked in 65 hours. For Origins, I think I clocked in maybe 40, 45 hours. Odyssey, I tried to play, I just couldn't get into it.
See, that's funny because that's twice the amount of Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the last Assassin's Creed game that I played was Unity. And I thought Unity was something in a completely different direction because homie was doing way better parkour.
Yeah.
And that one was sick. But you know what was lame about it was you had to get to the next mission, you had to get so many points. Yeah. And there was one mission that you have to do online. And I couldn't get past it because everyone who played online sucked. Literally sucked.
You just had no good
couldn't
partners.
Follow the rules or nothing like that, and it made it horrible.
That blows.
And then I see Odyssey, and I'm like, that's cool, we're going to Egyptian times. But then you watch it, and it really is like a Goonie RPG to me.
Yeah,
it
is some RPG stuff.
The fact of the original one, just like 2-3 hits and homie's dead. And now you got a whole plan and attack.
Dodge, attack, you got special attacks.
It's almost like Dark Souls in a very lighthearted way.
Lighthearted for sure. I've never gotten to the Dark Souls shit, but when it comes to those new Assassin's Creed games, I liked Origins. So when it comes to Assassin's Creed games, I play them and I take breaks. So
that makes sense. Was Black Flag before Unity?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Black Flag Unity. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Black Flag
was the dopest one to me. Yeah. I like that one.
Black Flag is my favorite too.
Okay, I like that.
Black Flag is my favorite.
I'm happy to hear that.
I played, Black Flag came out on the 360 at the tail end of that cycle. The 360 and the PS3 came out on the tail end of the cycle.
And it was on Xbox One, I remember.
And so I remember that game coming out. And I'm not even a huge Assassin's Creed guy. But when Black Flag came out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to save that game for when I get my Xbox One. Because I want it to look the best, play the best on the new console. So I saved it, played on Xbox One. At the time, most beautiful game I've ever played in my life. Like, I was just like, dude, this game is fucking gorgeous. Like everything, the water physics, the tree physics, the leaf physics, the plants, the vegetation, the scuba diving, the alligators, everything about that game was amazing. And everything I'm saying right now makes me want to go replay that game. Like Black Flag is my favorite Assassin's Creed game, hands fucking down. But when we talk about the new RPG Assassin's Creed, so I played Black Flag and then I took a break. And then we had all the buggy Assassin's Creeds. We had the Unity, Syndicate, and then I think after Syndicate they took a 2-year break and then Origins came out. So I finally hopped in with Origins because all right, enough time has passed. Let me hop in Origins. I played Origins and I was like, Egypt.
It was a cool
I was like, what a cool setting, dude.
It was a cool thing.
And
what's the Greek one?
The Greek one, that's Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
Greek one is Odyssey, and then Valhalla is like the
newest,
the Norse stuff.
You know what's cool is have you seen Viking on Amazon Prime?
I've heard of it.
Viking is sick. It was
Really?
cool. It's cool until like probably the 3rd or 4th season when they kill off. I'm gonna spoil it for you. They kill off like the main character dude.
Yeah.
A couple seasons. It's like about time. It's about time for him to die anyway. But it's like once he dies, the rest of the show is like, all right.
It's like, all right, for sure.
It's literally, to me, it's like the first season of Game of Thrones. As soon as Ned Stark dies, I was like, why are we still watching this shit?
Yeah.
He was the coolest character to me.
He was the king of the North.
He was the coolest dude in the world. I love that actor too, Sean Bean.
Yeah.
He's in fact, his ass is in Oblivion. He is, you save his ass.
What?
Yeah, so in Oblivion, let me tell y'all real quick the premise of Oblivion and why I like Oblivion more than I like Skyrim. Oblivion, set in whatever ancient time that it was set in. All of a sudden, everyone's living peacefully. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, an Oblivion gate, so basically a portal to hell, comes out of nowhere in the city of Kvatch, which is like almost like the hub city, besides the main city. So these Oblivion gates pop out of nowhere, and your quest. Okay, I'm sorry, I skipped the beginning part. Doesn't matter. It does, but it doesn't. The Oblivion gates come out, and your objective is to destroy all the Oblivion gates. The first gate that you go to, you meet Sean Bean, who is the prince, who's the illegitimate son of the king who just died.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's the illegitimate son of the king who just died, and he's like basically the only one who can stop the Oblivion gates. And now let me tell y'all, I've never actually finished it. Every time I've gotten to the last mission of Oblivion, it freezes on me. Every single flipping time I've tried to beat Oblivion.
Holy crap.
But I know what the ending is.
Yeah.
But the middle part is what's amazing. Anyway, so the point, like I said, is to destroy all the Oblivion gates. And that's literally what they look like. That's why it's so interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool-ass game. Sean Bean is in that, and he does some cool stuff.
I know we're jumping around a little bit, but this talk about Sean Bean and Oblivion and Game of Thrones, this kind of tells me when people talk about Elden Ring, right? Because the people make Dark Souls, and shit like that are making Elden Ring, and it's like, and I know it's not going to be like that, but I'm just saying, do you think? Because what Oblivion? Because you're saying that he's like Sean Penn is like, or what? Sean Bean. Sean Bean is the son of an illegitimate king or whatever. Blah blah blah. Basically, it sounds like he's a bastard.
Yeah, bastard child.
Bastard child. Are we ever gonna get a Game of Thrones type video game?
Well, that's
to that caliber.
When you're saying that, you know that's like in part with the dude who wrote Game of Thrones.
George R. Martin.
Yeah,
Elden Ring.
Yeah, he's helping.
Yeah, George R. Martin is helping doing that, right?
He's part
Elden
of it.
Ring.
Yeah. He's like at least one of the writers of it, so that'll be interesting.
I'm excited. I don't want to say I'm excited for Elden Ring. I'll say I'm skepticistic about it. I'm not a big fan of having to fight a boss 20 times and having to beat him.
Well, here's the thing about those Dark Souls games.
That shit.
I have never understood why literally anyone who you meet who like loves Dark Souls, they're one of them homies who loves a game on hard mode. Yeah. And they're them niggas who like to die 30, 40, 50 times until they figure out how to beat the boss.
Yeah.
And I don't get that. Like I'd rather play on hard, maybe die once or twice, figure out how to beat the dude and be done with it.
Yeah.
Or like play on normal and just have the game go kind of smoothly, maybe die once or twice throughout the whole story. I like that a little bit more, but it's like the Dark Souls games, homies literally are in love with the fact of, I started with nothing and ended up just becoming the boss, which is it's pretty cool at the end of the day, but it's like
sounds cool.
The homies who make those games, they literally make the same type of game.
Yeah, just hard shit.
They made Bloodborne, which is the exact same game to me.
They played Sekiro.
Same game, but even it's like action-y.
It's action-y. You're Japanese, dude.
So I'm worried about Elden Ring because it's like it's gonna be the same. I feel like personally it'll be the same game as Dark Souls, but with whatever different story.
The only thing that I would say about the Elden Ring is the fact that they have George R. R. Martin in it, like makes it seem. And the thing, Elden Ring doesn't this Elden Ring shit take place in the Lord of the Rings universe?
I have no clue what it is. I have none.
I might be talking out of my ass, but I think Elden Ring takes place in the Lord of the Rings universe.
I don't think it does. I'm thinking it's something else. I highly doubt it because I feel like Lord of the Rings is his own franchise, and I feel like they've kind of died off like as of recently.
Well, I mean, they have Shadow of Mordor.
And I hated that. The first one was cool. The second one, I didn't
games.
get very far in the second one.
I like those games.
Did you beat the second one?
Yeah.
Really?
I beat it. I literally beat the game in its entirety. I literally did all the Shadow Wars.
You know why you like that? Because you like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
That shit is like the exact same as Assassin's Creed.
It's a knockoff Assassin's Creed just in the Lord of the Rings world.
Exactly. I liked it. The first one was cool because you're like, I didn't even realize it until I played the second one. I played the first one and I'm like, oh my gosh, this game is so cool.
Yeah.
The second one came out, I think I got like halfway through the first mission. I was like, this is Assassin's Creed. I'm literally climbing a tower to figure out the rest of the terrain.
Yeah.
The only difference is the fact that I get to control some minions. And I did like the
Nemesis system.
I liked the Nemesis system. That was cool as hell. You don't beat the boss and he gets stronger and you're like, okay, now I have to beat that motherfucker.
Dude, well, did you hear about that, like, WB, the people who make Shadow Mortar, that they made a patent? They made a patent to say that they're the only people who can use the Nemesis system unless you pay them to use it.
I like that. I don't like that, but it's cool.
But it's like, I see what they did, but it's also like, it's like some fuck shit. It's like, it's like, all right, cool. Like, you literally just copied Assassin's Creed, and you made this little tiny thing. And it's like, all right, we're not going to let anybody else use it except for us. Even though we copied Assassin's Creed play by play.
And the only thing we added was a different Nemesis.
It's like your whole game is a clone of another game.
Yep.
And then you add a cool system into it. And you're like, all right, we know this system's pretty cool, so let's just make it to where nobody else can use it unless they pay us.
Do you run into
It's like, you guys are fuckheads, bro. I don't like that.
Did you run into the dude who's from Harold and Kumar? He's in that game. I don't know which one of them. What the
fuck?
Yeah, one of the dudes from Harold and Kumar
Asian
is in
dude?
there.
Or the other dude?
The other dude.
Okay.
Not the Asian one. He's in there, and he voices like one or two of the characters.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, so you'll be fighting him, and the dude before will be kind of serious. I'm gonna fuck you up, Ranger.
Yeah.
And then you meet this dude, and he's like, you better get over here so I can fuck you up. It's like, dude.
I'm sure.
There's such a comedy section from the rest of the game.
I'm sure I've killed him. I'm sure I've killed him.
Yeah. You've ran into him. You've had to.
I've had to.
He's usually one of them little skinny, scrawny dudes.
Nah. That game,
I liked it a lot. I liked the Nemesis thing. That was a cool feature.
Nemesis was cool.
I really liked the fact, oh man, I couldn't beat this dude, and now he's stronger, and I'm almost scared to go confront this dude right now.
Jor, that's so wild that you're like, I don't think you like story games. Or you said something,
single player games.
You're like, you don't play single player games. It's like, I was like, I actually like prefer single player games.
I agree, dude.
To multiplayer.
Single player games are dope.
I've played and beaten a shit ton of single player games, and we're talking about this Microsoft buying Bethesda. The other day, last night I think, or the night before, I downloaded 4 games from the acquisition that they added to Game Pass. I downloaded Dishonored 1, Dishonored 2.
Really?
Prey. I really want to play Prey because
Prey looks interesting.
They say Prey is like BioShock in space.
Yeah.
And Prey used to be on Game Pass, and I remember I downloaded it, but I downloaded it right as it was leaving Game Pass.
Did you play the original Prey?
No.
Do you know what the original Prey is about, or have you heard of it? So there's a Prey before this one, and this one is about a Native American guy who all of a sudden either he gets abducted or aliens just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gets abducted, and
that sounds interesting.
It's way cooler than whatever one they got.
That sounds
But he gets abducted, and he just kind of like experiments with their weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the whole premise was, but I played like the first half hour of that one.
Yeah.
Way cool. I'm not sure what this one has in store, but I've seen little bits and clips, and it's like, it's interesting. I don't think I'll ever play Evil Within. Have you played those?
No, but I downloaded it. That was the 4th game that I downloaded.
I had a homie who actually really liked those. They don't look bad.
I heard it was good, but it's like, I don't fuck with scary games too much. But
it looks like Resident Evil, but more hyped up.
This game, from what I remember when this game was coming out, because there's an Evil Within 2.
Homies love it.
And I know that Evil Within 2 eventually is going to get out of the game.
Oh, it has to.
But
it'll go right there in that empty spot.
Yeah, exactly. It's eventually going to get, all these Bethesda games are going to get out of Game Pass.
Game so many times.
It's fine. But Evil Within, from what I can recall, seeing the gameplay for that game, I was like, the game looks good. I just don't like playing scary games, bro.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't like playing scary games, but the game looks good, dude.
Scary games are kind of hard. It's like Resident Evil isn't supposed to be. Well, I bet you it is supposed to be a scary game.
Hell yeah, Resident Evil.
You know, the first Resident Evil I played was Resident Evil 4. No, it was.
That's the actiony one, right?
It was 4. Yeah. It's the one where Chris comes back. That one was pretty cool. I played it with another homie, but either way, it's all.
You know, Resident Evil 4. This is what I love about the pods is that we just kind of we start talking about stuff and we just kind of go off the rails with stuff. We just start talking about all these different games and subjects and topics. But Resident Evil 4, a game that people claim is like super iconic, and I know it's iconic. I know it's iconic, but I know the game's on everything, just like Skyrim. But you know the reason why I have not played that yet is because I know they're gonna fucking remaster it. Just like they did Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. And it's like for me personally, because I was telling myself, I was looking at it and I was like, I need to play this fucking game. Like everybody says this is the best Resident Evil. I need to play it. But I'm like, why am I going to play it if I know they're going to remaster in a couple of years? I know I'm going to get those gorgeous graphics.
Here's the thing I don't like about Resident Evil. The thing I don't like about Resident Evil is when you're playing, you play in third person, and then when you go to aim, it turns it into first person. So you'll be walking around, and then all of a sudden, you go to aim, and it's like, it just feels so awkward and so unnatural, especially playing first person shooters. Like Wolfenstein. Have you played Wolfenstein?
I played.
Did you play the second one?
I think, was that Wolfenstein Colossus?
It's Wolfenstein 2.
I think
it might be Colossus.
I don't know. I think the one I played was Colossus. And which, it was cool, but it was like also hard. I got to a part where I was like, all right, this is too much figuring out for my brain. It was a Game Pass game, and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
But nonetheless, Wolfenstein 1 was dope.
Good games.
Whatever those add-ons are, I've never played those. The second one, the only reason I haven't played it is because I've watched reviews and homies say it's more what are those effing things called? Cutscenes. It's more cutscenes than actual gameplay. Yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So with Wolfenstein, you're in that first-person mode. So you can always aim, you can always shoot. But with Resident Evil, you're kind of like you move and then aim and then shoot. Yeah. So it's like a more skilled and strategic game. But it's not my kind of game.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Like I said, I absolutely love Fallout. You know what's actually missing from that is Fallout. Oh, it's right damn there. So they must have added it.
Fallout New Vegas, yeah. These, like I said, bro.
Yesterday when I heard they hadn't added it, but I guess they did. Bruh. Which is funny because, like I told you, that's made by a different brand. But it's got
you know, the people who made this game is also a company that Microsoft owns now, and I think they're called Obsidian. Yeah, Microsoft owns them now.
And you saw that one game, I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's the one where you're a kid and you get shrunk down and you're like in your yard.
It's Garden something.
It's not Backyardigans. Oh my gosh.
No, Backyardigans.
It's called Grounded.
Grounded.
They made that same game, and that one's honestly, it's literally like a Minecraft.
Yeah, bro. I watched an interview of somebody was talking to the head of Obsidian, and they're like, so now that Microsoft has you guys, and now that the Bethesda thing, they're the makers of Fallout. You guys made Fallout New Vegas. They're like, we're gonna get a Fallout New Vegas too. And then the head of Obsidian was like, hey, we don't know. Anything can happen type thing. They're like, anything can happen. He was like, Fallout New Vegas he was like, hey, we're all in the same family now. So who knows? We could get a Fallout New Vegas too, bro.
Y'all, you will not see me on this podcast if that shit comes out. I kid you not. I will be playing Fallout New Vegas 2 until I figured everything out.
It's crazy because we had a conversation about Game Pass last week.
Yeah.
And
I think it's worth it.
And hey, I'm gonna just I gotta shoot you. I gotta shoot you a little bit, bro.
No, you're right.
Last week we talked about Game Pass, and you're like, oh, I was like, I like what they're doing with Game Pass, but at the end of the day, I kind of just, I don't know. It's like a whole bunch of games that is like, I do I really want to play.
But look, here's the other thing. I have played a majority of these games.
Yeah.
And the few that I haven't played, I don't quite care about. Like the Evil Within, I get it's a cool game. I'm not gonna play it. Elder Scrolls Online, I've tried it like twice, still not gonna play it.
Yeah.
Beaten Skyrim, beaten Oblivion. Haven't played Morrowind, not really interested. Rage 2, no thank you. I played the first one,
Rage 1 was okay, but not enough to make me want to play Rage 2.
Exactly.
I'm with you. I don't care to play Rage 2.
Exactly. Prey, I'm interested in, but I'm not really thirsting for it. Fallout 76,
No.
Fallout 4, New Vegas. I have the disc probably in this stack, and I have it two times.
For sure.
Doom, I played the first.
Doom, hard. It's a hard game.
Wait, which one was the 2016? Is that 2016?
I don't think they added 2016, bro. I don't think they added...
That's the newest one then?
This is the newest one.
I haven't played the newest one. I haven't played the newest one.
This one is harder than 2016.
And I don't want to play it then.
It's hard.
You're right.
I played...
You know what? I haven't gotten far on 2016. I got to probably the middle part of the first mission. And I was like, this shit's too hard.
Did you
play online on that, by the way?
No.
Online is garbage, dude.
Think
of Halo, but times 10.
No.
On crack.
No, I don't. I don't want to play that.
No.
When it comes to story games, I don't want to play your multiplayer.
I hear it.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Gosh, when you said that, it reminded me. Did you play God of War Ascensions?
No, that was on the PSP.
That was on PS4. It was the one that came out right after God of War 3.
Okay.
God of War 3 came out. They made God of War Ascensions, which is a prequel to the first game. With God of War Ascensions, they added on a multiplayer. And they said it was trash. They canned it. I remember the review for that. They canned it. It was bad. Yep, it was a garbage game.
Nah, when it comes to story games, it's like you don't need to add multiplayer to it. Like it's not essential. If you want to charge me, the thing is with single player games is they're gonna get cheaper.
Yep.
But it's like, if you really want to play it, you're going to pay the $60. And I don't mind paying the $60. If I want to buy God of War right when it comes out, I'm going to buy it. You know why? Because I know it's going to be a fucking insanely great experience.
And if I wait too long, I'm literally going to accidentally bump into one of those spoiler videos. Yeah. We don't even watch the video. You just read the caption. Oh, damn, that goes the whole game.
Last of Us 2 for me got spoiled way before the game even came out.
I tried my
Lucky for your ass, you didn't get spoiled.
I tried my hardest, dude.
With me, I'm so much, you know me, bro. I'm so much on social media and on the internet to where it's like, and I know for that game when the spoilers went crazy because I watch gaming media. I watch Kind of Funny Games Daily almost every day, and it's just like hearing it. They would talk about like breaking news, like last night. An ex-employee leaked everything from The Last of Us Part 2. And it's all over the internet. Beware, it's out there. And I'm like, all right, don't do it to you. Don't spoil it. Don't do it. But it's like, ran into a picture of Joel, boop, and I'm like, all right, now, I ran into the picture, and I was like, okay, well, now I gotta read more.
Had I known that before, I would never have played that game.
Now I gotta read more.
You almost didn't want to play it, did you?
To me, it made me... I think the reason why I wanted to play it was because so many people were so against it.
But you know what? To me, it makes sense that Joel died in the first one because if you look at the first game, the morality of it.
We talk about this damn game every podcast.
The morality of the first game was that, is Joel a bad guy because he's going through and just murking homies?
Yeah.
And it's almost like you want to say no, but them homies that he murks
he's a bad fucking dude.
They almost have their own story, their own life kind of thing. And he's
a bad guy.
In the first game, even when you kill homies, they're like, Chad!
Yeah.
In the second one, they act like that's a bigger feature, but it was a way good feature in the first one.
Yeah.
And then you play the second one, and it's like, okay, it almost makes sense. Homie's almost too old to even play in the second one at that point.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he dies, and it really does give you that whole, like, it kind of finishes his story, and it does kind of push Ellie into that whole half of the second game.
There's gonna be a Last of Us 3. I know with the backlash that they got for part 2.
You really think there's gonna be a 3?
I think there's gonna be a 3. I think there's gonna be a 3.
Because they probably carry on that Lev story.
I think there's gonna be a part 3 just because you really don't know what happens to Ellie. It's like you see the guitar or whatever, she's not there or something like that.
If they make a third one,
you don't know what happens to Ellie. She's like gone.
If they make a third one, they need to do what they did with the second one and tell somebody else's story. I like Ellie,
I can see them
but why drag her out into the third game? I kind of like the ambience of where is she now.
Yeah, and I thought the Abby stuff was really good, and I kind of want to replay. I want to replay that game. Maybe when I finally get a PS5, I'll probably replay it. Just better graphics and shit. Even though that game is beautiful already on the PS4,
crispy.
But real quick about
Last of Us.
about that game.
We're talking about Abby.
Fuck, did I forget?
Dude, Abby, I'm not going to lie, and I know homies might not agree, and I feel like you kind of agree now, but I feel like Abby's portion of the game, as dumb as it is, it's kind of fucking cool.
Oh.
The sex scene was very unneeded, but
unneeded. I mean, I understand. They're trying to tell a mature story, so I get it. I understand you need to do shit like that. It's just like Game of Thrones. They did shit like that, too. Sex all the time in Game of Thrones.
Oh, my gosh. Too much sex in Game
too
of
much.
Thrones.
Yeah, I liked it. okay. All right, sorry. Okay, I remember what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
With The Last of Us, so when we talk about why I wanted to play it, and you brought up a great damn point to where you're like, okay, well, like, people always have this conundrum. It was like, is Joel a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Blah, blah, blah. Well, with me, I'm like, when it comes to anything in life, when it comes to this fictional media, real life, anything, I always look at things two sides. Always. I don't know why I'm moving like this. But I always look at things two sides, right? Playing Last of Us,
the first
and watching all the videos I've watched on it and listening to all these different people talk about this video game, Joel's 100% a bad guy. 100%. You literally saved a person and killed all the people in the hospital to save one person instead of saving humanity. You're a fucking bad person. You're a bad person.
That's one of those.
You're an asshole.
Does the worth of one person equal multiple people and vice versa? Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying.
And that's where The Last of Us 2 is like, so many people hated Abby, but it's like, how could you not see?
She has a good, very valid reason.
How could you not see Abby's backs? Like, I just don't understand why so many people hate her and they hate what they did with the story when it's like they told such a great fucking story.
It's a story of revenge. It's literally a story of revenge.
It's a story of revenge, and it's the story of your repercussions from your decisions. You walked into that hospital and you killed all the doctors in there because you wanted to save one person instead of saving humanity without knowing any of those people's lives.
But here,
I'm going
to be on the good side of this. I'm going to be the flip coin of that.
Yeah.
To me, at the beginning of the game, Joel literally wants nothing to do with Ellie. He doesn't even want to accept this mission.
She was a mission.
Exactly. He doesn't want to accept this mission.
Yeah.
So when he gets halfway through the mission,
he cares about her.
And Tess, literally not even halfway through, at the very first step of his mission, his homegirl is like, dude, I got bit an hour ago. My shit is worse than whatever this girl's got. She clearly is the answer.
The cure.
And the only reason he pushed on is because he must have loved Tex or whatever was going on with that story. That's literally the only reason he pushed on.
I think they were fooling around.
They had to have been a little quiet, little private, whatever.
Some feelings, yeah.
But nonetheless, he only carried on that mission for her. And then halfway through the mission, he's like, I actually like this kid. Like, it reminds me of my daughter.
It's a beautiful story.
Think literally, I don't have a kid, you don't have a kid.
Story.
But think if you had a kid. Think if you had a kid, you lost your kid, now all of a sudden you've got this surrogate kid who's like
your kid.
Literally Tony Stark.
Who's like your kid.
Literally Tony effing Stark. The only reason he did the whole time machine is because he sees a picture of Spider-Boy and goes, damn, I need my boy back. I need my boy back. That's the only reason the whole thing comes to play. So at the end of The Last of Us, when Ellie literally asks, are you absolutely sure nothing else could have happened? And he's like, no. Yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
I personally, literally the whole fact that you, as a player, you become attached to Ellie too.
Of course,
so at the end of the game, when you find out,
you play as her too.
Exactly.
And she goes through such a rough thing too.
Don't even bring up that part. That part is crazy.
Of course you get attached to Ellie.
But you get attached to Ellie, so it's like, why wouldn't you go through all of that stuff? Why wouldn't you, if you love somebody that much, you would do anything.
But the thing is like, we're playing as Ellie. It's not Joel doing that section. We're playing as Ellie, so that's what Ellie went through.
But nonetheless,
Ellie wanted to sacrifice herself for the good of humanity.
That is true.
Joel walked in that hospital.
That is selfish. You're
killed everybody in that hospital, and was like, "I did like you're good. Nothing happened in the hospital." And it's like the reason why The Last of Us 2, so many people hated it, and that's what's just so. Well, a lot of people loved it. Everybody talks about the hate when it comes to The Last of Us Part 2. everybody talks about the hate.
You know, I wanted to hate it, but I liked it.
Nobody talks about how much people liked that game and loved it, and who appreciated what it was. Me and you both, we appreciate that game.
I loved it.
You love it. It's one of your favorite games of all
Absolutely.
time. I appreciate it. I thought it dragged on way too long.
Definitely
but
too long.
I liked it. I liked what they did. I just thought it was too long. But what they did with that story was very incredible. The fact that Abby's story, the daughter of the doctor who Joel killed, who was gonna save humanity, to be the person who kills him, and like you feed off of that and you go into that story. The storytelling and it's just funny because the way that we're talking about this game right now, so many other people would be criticizing us like, what do you mean the storytelling is horrible? Like everything you're saying right now is the opposite. Everybody's gonna have their own opinions. I get it, but have your own opinions. But at the end of the day, you got to have an open mind, and you got to realize that Joel was not a fucking good dude.
He definitely was messed up.
Joel was not a good dude.
But at the same time, you're right.
Joel is just the same as all the other guys, bro.
They would have done the exact same thing probably.
He was a runner. He ran missions. He was a mission boy. That was his job.
Yeah.
So it's like to think that he's no different than anybody else. He was a smuggler.
He literally smuggled. That was his job.
Now, what I will say, if you want to give critique on that video game, what I will say, what I will give some critique on is him just knowingly, willingly walking into that camp with these people who he's never met before.
And in the first game, he was cautious. He wouldn't have fucked with nobody.
In the first game, he's super cautious, doesn't do anything. And in the second game, the first person he sees is like, all right, bet.
Hey, why don't you come on down to the town?
Like, come over here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
The nigga who's skeptical.
That I will give critique for.
Yeah.
Killing him, I don't give critique for. Killing him makes sense because Joel is a bad guy. You deserve what you did, but I don't like the easy way out to where let me just come in here, and then that sets up the whole story.
Well, and on top of that, you got to think of the part in the first one. Where
we got to stop talking about
this is the last part that I'm going to talk about.
I'm not talking about it in this pod. I'm like, damn, we talk about this damn game.
I love it. I can't not talk about it. This is my platform to talk about it.
It's a fantastic game. If you guys have not played The Last of Us,
please play it.
I know we've been spoiled it for you, but go play it for yourself. Trust us.
When you play the first one, remember this part. There's literally a part where Joel and Ellie are about to get ambushed. The homie's like walking down the street and he's like, help me. And he goes, nah, that nigga ain't hurt. And he goes to ram the homie and then they get hit by the bus.
Yep.
Where is that Joel literally in the part that you just talked about?
Yeah.
I see exactly what you said.
You knowingly were like, who is that random person? All right, let me come to your camp. It's all good. Come on, hop on my horse. Let's go.
But what? You know what? Here's the other side, and this will be the last point that I make. He was part of a civilization at that point whose whole entire mission was bring in people, see the nice and kindness out of people.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he effed up there. Yeah. But that's enough of The Last of Us. The only last topic that we have.
I want to talk more about that. I want to talk about that. We're not gonna. I'm just gonna bring it up.
Okay.
But we're not gonna talk about it. I don't like the last Joel and Ellie scene at all.
No, and the thing, I'm sorry. The thing about the thing I hated about that game was all of the back flashes.
I like the back flashes.
No, because
I'll tell you, I like the back flashes.
I hated the back flashes. They were cute. You needed them a little bit.
New Day shit. I didn't like the I hate you. But I want to, in Joel's like, we need to be civilized.
Mm-hmm. You figured out the truth of what happened in the last one, yeah.
I just said we're going to talk about this. But it's like Joel's like, he's like, oh God, this is like another 10 minutes. Ellie hates him because her and what's her name with Dina and we're dancing.
It's also because somebody
basically called her a faggot or something. And he like steps in, he's like, "What the fuck?" And like punches this dude, and then Ellie's like, "What the fuck, dude?" It's like, dude, he was like protecting you, looking out for you. Like,
and the reason she's upset with that though is because she literally just found out the truth about the first game. She's upset. She's like currently upset with him when he does that. Mm-hmm. That's what that part is about.
Oh yeah.
She's upset because oh my gosh, you actually killed all those people for no fucking reason, kind of thing. Yeah. That's why she's upset with that. And the last point that we're gonna make about this game is I personally hated all the backstory because it's like I already kind of know these characters. The motive of them is kind of already understandable. So when we flash back to Abby's story and her dad are helping a zebra out of a line, it's like, that doesn't matter. We already know her father, quote unquote, was a good guy because he's the doctor or the scientist or whatever. We don't need much more backstory or much more drive than that. So why do we need to see this scene of her walking with her dad and talk? I honestly, for me, in a game, when I'm playing and I've gotten like a third of my level up and all of a sudden we're doing one of those cut scenes where I can only go at a walking pace, garbage to me. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like the eavesdropping missions on Assassin's Creed, I hated those.
I don't like that shit. Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't want to hear all the talk and let me get to the game.
It's just Jordan, this is like super weird that you thought I didn't like single player games.
It is a good point. I'm sorry.
That's super weird. You thought I didn't like single player.
It's not that I didn't think you liked them. It's that I feel like the ones that I like, you don't like. So
I
it
don't
makes,
play.
It,
so
yeah,
you
it
like,
makes me think like
he
hasn't experienced the single player games. That's what the point is.
I hear you. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense because literally a lot of the games you played, I'm like, oh no, I haven't played those. But it's like I've played a shit ton of single player games.
Have you played Fable?
Yes.
Okay.
I've
all three of them?
Not Fable 1. I beat Fable 2 and Fable 3. But I did start playing Fable 1. I got maybe 2.5, 3 hours into it through Game Pass. Downloaded the game through Game Pass and played that. I liked it, what it was. If that game could get updated with new graphics, I feel like that game would be fucking awesome.
They do have an anniversary edition.
The shit I played already, it was like, this is fun. It's just like, I just wish I had better graphics.
I won't lie to you.
Because even the comedy holds up, dude.
The second one is better. Like the second one is a little better just because of the magic and the like you feel a little more aggressive. But the first one is better because there's more spells. There's more like power. Like you can slow down time. You can go berserk. You can possess people. You can do all kinds of crazy shit if you focus on magic in the first one.
Dude,
but the second one is pretty dope. The second one cuts back on the magic.
Yeah, from what I played from Fable 1, and like I said, I only played like 3 hours, but I fucking had a fun time.
No, there's so much more to the first one than there is in any of the other ones.
I had such a fun time. You know, Lana Pierce, she says Fable 1's her favorite game of all time.
Really?
She said Fable 1's her favorite game of all time.
I might have to talk to her about that one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
the last topic that we have, and this is a complete switch from single player, is Apex. Current season. Are you liking Season 8?
No.
It's
I'm not.
garbage. Everyone is a sweaty piece of garbage this season.
Oh, God. You're so on point,
dude. It's like
you're so literally on point. It's not even funny.
It's like the worst thing about this game is the third party culture.
Yeah,
you literally will be in a fight, and out of nowhere, a third team who's on the top has a flipping sniper. And I won't lie, this season has got me way better at sniper, just because I'm trying to defend my team. And I started playing as Lifeline.
Lifeline, yeah. Because
it's like, dude, all my homies are going down because this flipping third party's coming out of damn near nowhere.
Yeah, true. Yeah, throw the shield up. What you just said hits everything around the nail.
Homies are so sweaty. They're like literally going out of their way to just like, all right, I'm gonna flip in 360 nosedive on this nigga.
With this little limited time event that
I like the new event.
I don't like that we're forced into playing it for 5 days.
Yeah.
And
I'd rather play the regular version.
We have no normal mode. We have no switch with Olympus. The sound, the sound flares, they still haven't fixed it.
And you just hear it out of nowhere, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
It's so annoying, and you have the girls, the ring flare. It's like, shut up. There's too much going on right now.
Yes, I don't like this season.
Every time I've been playing it these past couple of days, I get a headache. I'm like, I love this game, but why have you not fixed this sound yet?
Yes.
And it's been
everywhere.
Bro, it's been 3-4 days they started fixing. So what I'm feeling is like, you're just not gonna fix it until it ends. You're just gonna wait. And I'm like, for me personally, it's just like, you guys are some, I don't want to say you're shitty developers, but that's like shitty that you guys are just like, all right, we're just gonna wait out. It's only 5 days.
You know what?
Let's just let them suffer.
You know what's annoyed me is I personally have always liked Kings Canyon. That's the first map I ever played on, and I got used to that one. That's the one with the city and all that.
That's the OG Kings Canyon.
Where's it at?
What are you talking about?
I haven't played. No,
nigga, that's World's Edge.
World's Edge. Then you're right.
World's Edge.
World's Edge is the one that
rotation
I
this
love.
season.
It's not even in this season.
It's not in it. Yeah.
And then on top of that, I didn't like literally the one Olympus. I didn't like it at first, but I've come to like it.
I like Olympus.
And now it's like, dude, where's
It's
my
cool.
Olympus at?
It's cool. Yeah, they took it away. They took it away, and I'm like, bruh.
The Olympus would be a dope way for that flare thing.
For the flare thing, I think so too.
Dope.
I really do think so too. And then on top of that, it's like the flares. I feel like recently too, they've gotten bigger. And it's just like, okay, well, Olympus has they have the cars. Yeah. Even though nobody really used the cars or whatever.
Jai loves those cars.
They're fun.
I like them because you drop you drop somewhere where there's nobody at, or you finish off everybody and you're like, all right, let's get to the ring as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Hop in one of those.
I like the cars. Just a lot of people don't use them because it's very fucking loud. People know you're
homies get the drop though. I feel like homies get the drop.
But this season, do
you like Fuse? Have you played Fuse yet?
I think Fuse is garbage.
I agree.
I think he's garbage. I think I can't even say he's fun. Like, yeah, I guess he's fun to play. But
I haven't even tried to play him.
It's like I've gone a dub with him, and like I used him really good. Like the one dub that I had with him, I think I had like 1,500 damage, and I used him really fucking well. But I think it was just like it's like you just have random games to where it just works out how it works out.
That's what's so dumb about that game.
I was like, when I played it, I was like, oh, Fuse is. I was like, I could see why people would like this legend, but he's not a good legend. He's like a Rampart. Yep. He's somebody who's cool, but you're not gonna play this person.
Yep.
Horizon, to me.
Horizon.
Bruh, to me, Horizon is the first legend that they have added when it comes to DLC characters that is a legit contender with the OG characters.
Yeah, she literally is a breath of fresh
with
air.
the OG contenders.
That jump thing is like amazing.
Like. I think I hate playing against that bitch. I think she's annoying as shit. But at the end of the day, that's what Apex needs. We need legends who are gonna separate the Wraiths, the Pathfinders, the Gibbies, the Caustics. We need legends who are going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't need Ramparts. I don't need Fuses.
Well,
we need good characters.
The thing I've seen with Fuse is that he throws grenades really well. And it's like...
grenades are cool.
It's like you can overpower enemies with grenades, but you can do that with anybody.
Yeah, well, the thing is with Fuse is like he can carry two stacks in one, which I really like. So in 2 stacks, he can carry 4 grenades. And it's just like, that right there is sick. But it's like...
But that used to be a feature for everyone.
For everybody, yeah. It used to be a normal thing, but then they removed it because they're like, oh, this is too OP. Like, it's too much nades. Too much nading. But it's like, the fact that... It's like, okay, am I going to switch up my legend just to play with you because I can carry 2 grenades in 1 stack? It's like, no, hell no.
Well, the other thing about him is his cluster thing pretty much F's up everybody. If you're trying to heal with Lifeline, it'll destroy those.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until the other day, but...
Yeah. Fuse, I think Fuse is garbage. I was just telling the homies this yesterday. I was like, I think the 30-30 needs to be removed out of the loop pool.
I don't like that thing. It's too hard to use.
It needs to be removed out of the loop pool. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it everywhere. It's literally everywhere.
It's garbage.
It's everywhere. It's like, bro, I'm not going to use this fucking gun.
You try to use it.
Take it out of the loop pool. Please.
Not only that, but
take it out.
Is it just me or is it this season you get ripped apart? You literally will run into a team and out of nowhere it's like 3-4 shots and you're done.
Yeah.
Even with like a purple shield. You're like, what is going on?
Bruh, so the past couple of days, right? So I play with, I play with different people. But the past couple I've been playing with my friends who are like really good. Who like we normally win multiple wins a night. These past days, bro, the other day we played maybe like fucking 15 games. Not one win.
I believe
all of us were like, bro, what is going on? Like, what is happening? And it's just like, for one, some of the losses were definitely dumb mistakes on our part, but a lot of the losses were just like, why is everybody so thirsty this season? I don't get it. With this new event, with these ring flares, people are playing so weird, and I do not like it. It's not fun. I hate it. Bring Olympus back. Bring World's Edge back, please. You know the thing that the next season is going to do? I know they're going to do it. I've heard rumors that they're going to... They always do this with all the maps, but Olympus is going to get crash landed, and that's going to mess up the map. And then I'm pretty sure World's Edge is going to be the second one. So it's going to be Olympus and World's Edge, which is good. Take King's Canyon out. Give us
never
World's
liked
Edge and
King's
Olympus.
Canyon. King's Canyon is interesting, but I've never really truly liked it.
I like Kings Canyon. I think all the stuff that they're doing to it, I don't like, and I think it is
Fuse's ship on there is garbage.
That map, bro, is definitely third party central.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about World's Edge, because at first I hated World's Edge, and then I came around, I was like, oh, this map is actually pretty cool. And another thing with that map is you don't have, of course you're gonna get third party, but it is not like Kings Canyon.
Yeah.
Like
You've got more options.
Yeah. World's Edge is like you get a third party. Kings Canyon is like fifth party.
Yeah.
Like everybody goes to the one
as
location.
Soon as you hear gunshots, it's like, we're going over there.
Let's go. Okay.
Yep.
And honestly, Olympus is kind of like that too. It's just Olympus looks way cooler.
And not only that, but Olympus, the thing with Olympus is it's almost cut into sections. Like, wherever you're fighting
it's a pretty big map, dude.
Wherever you're fighting at, you know where homies are going to be coming from. Yeah. You literally know where they're either going to be coming from over here, here, or over here. With this one, it's like, dude, homies literally have a hole to every single direction that I'm at.
Yeah. Well, dude.
I think so.
I
love this one.
We freaking nerded out, bro. We nerded out for a minute.
Y'all, this has been one of my personal favorite episodes, Gaming Pop, episode 7. If you've made it this far, please make sure to like, follow, leave a heart on Spotify or Instagram or what is it? Apple Music, iTunes.
Apple, iTunes,
podcast, whatever.
Yeah, podcast, Spotify, YouTube, all that.
And when you leave a comment, make sure that you mention whatever your favorite Bethesda game is, so we can talk to you about it.
Yeah, talk to you guys. Let us know. Let us know how you're feeling about the Game Pass. All the games coming to Game Pass. Let us know how you think about the Bethesda acquisition. What you think about that, and let's talk.
Who's your favorite legend? Who's your favorite Apex legend?
Like Apex, we want to talk about you. Give us some ideas. Give us some things that you guys want to hear and see on the podcast, and things like that. I will say, I know we talk about gaming a lot, but obviously we are gaming, and we like to talk about gaming, music, and pop culture. I think the Grammys are I think the Grammys happen tonight or tomorrow. I think they're happening tomorrow.
Why do you care about that?
Because I'm a music head.
Okay.
So is
Grammys music?
Yes.
I'm thinking of the Emmys.
No, yeah. Grammys is the cream of the crop. Even though they are garbage. Everybody there who runs the Grammys
I've just never liked award shows.
But it's like we still got to talk about it.
We will.
And
we'll bring up some
I'm still going to talk about it because there is some nominees regarding the rap categories and R&B categories. I'm curious to see who's going to win. So we're definitely going to talk about that in next week's episode for you guys, let you know our thoughts on the winners, nominees, etc. This was a cool episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and
we love you.
Yeah, we love you. Gaming Pop, episode 7, dude. We got freaking how many more we got?
So 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 more episodes. So 3 more episodes in the season. Make sure you're caught up.
3 more episodes till we wrap.
Because episode 10 is going to be something.
Yeah, and then we're going to be out of here. We're going to be out of here for a little bit. We're not going to give you how long. We're just going to let you know we're going to be out of here for a little bit, and then we'll come back with season 2.
All right. Well, again, thanks for choosing Gaming Pop.
Love you guys, man.
Deuces.